Welcome. So hopefully by now you're starting to link some of these fundamentals together and you're starting to develop an appreciation for the value that each one of them has. Because you may be tuning in not at the beginning, if there even is a beginning of fundamentals in a sequence, I still want to go over the definition of what fundamentals are and why I'm passionate about them and have grown an appreciation for them. I never tire of them. I've been practicing these for probably 12 or more years now, and they still bring me so much value, and I hope that you learn to appreciate them in the same value of exploration and curiosity in your body. And if you've listened to all of them, I bet you'll have this definition down pat. All right, so what are fundamentals? They're subtle, powerful teaching tools that help you undo habitual patterns, unhealthy movements that can lead to, dysfunction in the body, both on an energetic level and a musculoskeletal level. It helps to replace them with efficient patterns. And again, there are 7 things that I like to use fundamentals for. It enhances movement quality, it helps you improve technique and performance of movement. It helps you to identify and strengthen weak areas in the movement pattern. It works with your own individual needs, right? We all have something that we're working on. It teaches you the primary biomechanics of an exercise. You refine a specific aspect of an exercise, and then it centers your body and mind and kind of brings the whole session together in one. All right, so today I want to talk about Clockwork. And Clockwork helps you define the boundaries of your neutral pelvis. It increases the mobility of the lumbar spine, and it activates your abdominal movement. So as always, we'll be starting in constructive rest position. That's on your back with your knees bent, your arms comfortably at your side. Remember, if you need anything else to help make you comfortable, like a towel underneath the head, please give yourself permission to do that. We're going to think of the pelvis as a clock. And so we'll say that 12 o'clock is at the navel and 6 o'clock is at your pubic symphysis, all right? So let's go ahead and find our way down, and we'll start to look at this. So I find constructive rest position, my feet are flat, my knees are up to the sky. I have about a fist or 2 fist distances between my legs. And my arms are comfortably at my side. They're not glued. They're at my side. My pinky side of my hand is resting as if I'm kind of holding a cup of air there. My head is up towards the ceiling. I'm allowing my throat to be open, my jaw to be relaxed, even though my head will be turned so that I can connect with you in the video. All right, so we talked about 12 o'clock being here at the navel and 6 o'clock being here at the pubic symphysis. So what we'll do is we'll begin to rock your pelvis back. So my tailbone is coming towards 12 o'clock. And then we'll rock the tailbone kind of lengthening and peeling off each vertebrae and lengthening back to the 6 o'clock. All right, so I'm going to place my hand up over my head on the camera side just so that you have a better side view of what is happening here. So I'm using my abdominals to lift my tailbone and move towards 12 o'clock. And then I'm using those same muscles, I'm relaxing them and moving and stretching back towards 6 o'clock. And then I use the abdominals to lift my tailbone, reaching it back towards 12 o'clock. And then I reach and let go and lengthen and bring it back towards 6 o'clock. So I have pressure in my feet, and I can feel a slight change in that pressure to be more towards my heels, and and to distribute that pressure back out. But I am in no means like pushing with my legs, right? I'm not doing that. I'm not being forceful. It's a gentle movement, focusing on those iso abs that we've talked about, and coming back. And you may also notice that the spine is a kinetic chain, and the pelvis is kind of the flowering pot that that spine grows out of. So as my pelvis is moving in this clock, you can notice the ripple perhaps that's happening all the way up to my head. Bring my arm back down nice and long. And just continue to practice here. You know, if you've been sitting at the computer for a long time or just sitting in general, maybe you've been on a flight, it's a great way to create some natural movement back in the body. And I'll see, when I first started to do this, I have shared that I had a traumatic back injury. My spine didn't ripple in the beginning, and now it feels so wonderful that I stayed with the practice, and now it feels like it just moves, and I enjoy that freedom of movement. But certainly when I first started, it was more like thudding, and I wasn't sure if I was doing it right, and I thought, what are they talking about? You know, I had all those kind of negative mind chatter going on, and now it's just pure joy. So my reason for sharing that is to stick with it, because it'll be worth it. Now we've done the two extremes, and so now if you just kind of settle down into the middle of those two extremes, that's your pelvic neutral. And if you stay a moment longer, you can start to feel everything imprint. Again, we're not forcing anything into the mat, but gravity's just taking effect. And you'll start to notice those subtle changes in the spine. Well, rolling over to one side, resting your head, staying there a moment, using your arms to push yourself up. We practice clockwork today between 12 and 6. Thank you for practicing with me until